Shree namaha. The divine blessings of our Mother Divine Lalita Maha Tripurasundari and Father Divine Lord Mahadeva. The last few episodes we made an attempt to discuss about Kundalini, the Ida Nadi, Pingala Nadi, Sushumna Nadi, the three most spiritually important nadis from the 72,000 in our body. We also discussed about the chakras in the body, the Mooladharam, Swadhishthanam, Manipuram, Anahatam, Vishuddhi, Agya-chakram and Sahasratalam. And we also talked about the different tattvas in each of them. Mooladharam connected to earth, Swadhishthanam connected to water, Manipuram connected to fire, Anahatam connected to space, and Vishuddhi Chakram connected to Akasa Tattvam. Today, the next few namas that we'll be discussing from Kula Sanketha Palini, Kulangana, Kulantastha, Kaulini, Kulayogini, Akula Samayantastha, Samayachara Tatpara, Mooladharaika Nilaya, Brahma Grandhi Vibedini, Manipuranta Rudita, Vishnu Grandhi Vibedini, Agna Chakranta Ralastha, Rudra Grandhi Vibedini. Until this namam, we will be discussing in the next few episodes, taking the basis of what we have discussed about, the very secretive Kundalini Yogam that involuntarily happens in all of us, but consciously, how do yogis awaken? The three geese concept is bhogi. All of us by default are born bhogis, where we enjoy the pleasures of the body, of the world, of the senses. When we are enjoying everything in a moderation, like Krishna and Bhagavad Gita says, everything needs to be done in moderation. Then from the bhogi, we start turning towards the road of yogi. When the moderation is not followed and we indulge in anything in excess, then we are walking the path of becoming a rogi. So these are the three geese: bhogi, yogi and rogi. Coming back to the Kundalini Namas, Kula Sanketha Palini. Kula is basically another name for Kundalini, and Mother Divine protects the awakening of Kundalini consciously in most of us, because not everyone can handle that dynamic kinetic energy when it starts vibrating from its potential form in which it resides in most of us. Kula Sanketha Palini means one who rules, in whom the Kundalini will rise to what extent, and the powerful truths that are revealed to a yogi in making when Kundalini awakens is also controlled by that Mother Divine of Kundalini, Lalita Tripurasundari. Kulangana, like a woman, a pativrata, whose secrets are only known to her husband. The intricate secrets of a wife, a pativrata, are only known to the husband. Kulangana. So this namam essentially means, in fact, this namam alone, Kulangana, we can talk for days together, where Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya revealed the secrets of mother's body from the hair to the toenails. A mother is only seen in detail by her husband and by her kids when they are very, very young and do not have the Loka Tattvam yet. So Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya, when he has given the very secretive, very powerful Saundarya Lahari, the body of mother has been explained in detail, which does not necessarily correlate to the physical body aspect that ill-informed people might think, but it actually correlates to the Shakteya Tattvam, some of the secrets of Shree Chakram that we'll also be discussing as we progress ahead in Lalita Sahasranamam. So Kulangana is essentially a Pativrata from the cultured family. Similarly, Shree Vidya will only be revealed to the Upasakas, and a lot of times you might not even know that these Upasakas actually are at a very high level of maturity in Shree Vidya and experience. That's the brief meaning of Namam Kulangana. Kulantasta is essentially she who can be prayed to in any of these Shakti Chakras that we discussed from Mooladharam to Sahasratalam. That means essentially there is no place where you cannot pray to her. You can pray to her being anywhere. People in the villages probably put a stone and apply some haldi and kumkum and call her with various names like Nukalamma, Talpulamma. Whereas people in the caves and the Himalayas or the big mountains call her Vaishno Devi Jai Mata Di or Jwala Devi and or Vijayawada Kanakadurgamma, right? And Brahmaramba. People call her Padmavati. People call her Mahalakshmi in Kolhapur. Depending on Tulja Bhavani, depending on the level of evolution of the devotee and the culture she or he at, they can call her with any name, but she will respond. That's what this Kulantasta means. That anybody and everybody can pray to her. It's only some of the ill-informed middlemen who actually scare the people away, saying that they can't pray to Mother Divine. Everyone can pray to Mother Divine. Yes, there are certain forms that we might not be able to pray, like Kali, Chinnamasta and other Ugra forms, but that does not mean she's not our mother. Even when our biological mother gets angry at us, we'll just wait for a minute or two or an hour just to go back running to hug her and ask for forgiveness if we made a mistake. This mother is Abrahma Kita Janni, she is no different. Then the next name is Kaulini. Kaulini is essentially that form of mother where she is always united with Shiva or the Shiva Shakti Ardhanarishwara Tattvam. In Kashmir Shaivism, or Shaivism, there is a surname called Kauls, and these Kauls essentially have been practicing this Ardhanarishwara Tattvam, which will also come in something called Kaulacharam, which we'll discuss in detail, which is a form of praying to Mother Divine using the Shiva and Shakti concepts in each of us, because there is Shiva in the Sahasratalam, Shakti in the bottom, and this form is a very advanced form of praying. Not everyone will be an adept at it. It's like jumping from first floor to the third floor or the fourth floor, and if one is not careful, they'll slip and fall. That's the reason the Kaula Margam is not necessarily revealed to all. It's revealed to very, very few, where Mother thinks that those people who will not slip and fall, only they are revealed this method of praying to Mother Divine. Kaulini, Kula Yogini, essentially she is again from the Bogi, Yogi and Rogi. A person needs to become a yogi, and when the Kundalini, the feminine power in him or her raises, everybody becomes a yogini. This is also the concept of Krishna, who is a personified form of Durga. I'm being reminded, Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Vallabhaya Namaha is Krishna's Bija Mantram, whereas Kleem is the Bijakshram of Durga Devi. That's the reason Krishna and Durga or Yogamaya were born at the same time to different mothers and gave an illusion to Kamsa that Kamsa was killing the eighth born of the divine parents of Krishna, Devaki and Vasudeva, whereas Yogamaya was being thrown at the wall by Kamsa. She appeared as Durga in the sky and revealed to Kamsa that the person who will kill him has already born and is growing up in nowhere else other than Nandavrajam. So this Kula Yogini, in order to pray to her, we need to start becoming a yogini like she became Aparna to pray to Shiva. When Mother Goddess was born as Parvati, she became Aparna, means fasting without even eating the dry leaves. In the tapasyas, there are different grades, and Aparna tapasya essentially means when one does not even eat the fallen dry leaves of the plants. That is called the Aparna tapasya. Kula Yogini, in order to become her, like induction, when you keep rubbing a piece of metal to magnet, that piece of metal will become magnet over a period of time. Similarly, when we start praying to her in different chakras, one will start getting her features or her tattvas. Okay, that's what essentially Kula Yogini means. Related to that knowledge will be revealed. Lalita Sahasranamas are called Lalita Rahasya Sahasranamas. Does not mean we cannot read. Lalita Sahasranamas are published in books, published in the internet everywhere. But Rahasya Namas means the latent meaning will only be revealed to those chosen few. After lakhs of janmas, one will get to know about something called Lalita Sahasranamam. And after Lalita Sahasranamas are revealed, one will understand the Rahasya Namas and the meanings only during the last 5 janmas of the Jiva's Jivana Yatra. That is what Kula Yogini means. Akula means just because she is in each of us as Kundalini does not mean she is confined. Akula, Kula Yogini, Akula means though she is confined in a finite body that is made out of the Pancha Bhutas or the 5 elements, she is spread beyond this body. That is the reason when we become a yogi or yogini, going back to the Krishna story, where every Gopika prays with Krishna during the Rasa Leela. There, every Gopika is basically praying to Krishna like her husband, because when we pray to a God, typically God is only the Purushottama that is considered, and all the devotees are considered to be feminine. That is the reason when Bhagavan Ravana Maharshi also wrote Arunachala Shiva chant, he said, when can I get married to you, means the Atma in us gets married to the Paramatma. That's the reason all the devotees always consider themselves, irrespective of the gender, to be feminine. Therefore, Kula Yogini. Akula goes back to that infinite form when we start, making genuine efforts of praying to her, not to raise Kundalini, but when we start praying genuinely, selflessly, Kundalini is bound to raise. And when it starts raising and it traverses the chakras, as it starts going beyond the Anahata Chakram or the heart chakra, one starts realizing the infinite form of Mother Divine, which led to all the avatars and other details. Akula Samayantasta. This is another Tattvam or Kaulacharam, Samayantasta that I will explain in the next episode. So in today's episode, we made a brief attempt to understand Kula Sanketha Palini, Kulangana, Kulantasta, Kaulini, Kulayogini, Akula, Samayantasta is the next namam that I will explain or attempt to share with you to the extent Divine Mother permits. Stay blessed. Keep spreading the bliss around. Shri maathrey, namaha.